Real conversation.
And good evening, and welcome to the David Robinson Show. Real talk, real people, real conversations. Tonight's topic, continuing positive people doing positive things to make a positive difference in their lives and in the lives of others. I have an awesome guest on my show who's doing just that. Without further ado, welcome to the David Robinson Show, Mr. Kirk Holly, all the way here from Baltimore.
Yes.
Welcome,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Glad to have you on.
Glad to be here.
Yes, sir. Here's a man who wears many hats, making some things happen here in Baltimore. I've had the privilege over the last several months to have people who that have invented things, and this gentleman himself, before we get into some of the things that he has invented,
Yes, sir.
I want to talk about some of the many hats that he's wearing.
All right.
First of all, I want to talk about you, sir. You're a DJ, sir.
Yes, I have DJ'd
And
many
so-
years for a long time. Yes.
So, what was your passion to get into DJing?
Well, friend of mine named William Howard. Everybody calls him Howard. That's his. With Lions Den Entertainment.
Okay.
He started me off when we was teenagers. Because he was into the sounds and everything, and he lived across the street from me. He's like my oldest and dearest friend.
Okay.
And as teenagers, we would be playing. We used to mix with it, and I'm getting ready to date myself now. We were playing like mixing CD and 8-tracks.
Okay.
So that kind of, anybody who knows anything about that, before we could afford to get a turntable, the 1200s. So that's how I started. And when I went to college, I kept it up, and he kept it up because he went to school too. And so when we got out, we just got together and we started playing together.
So, were you able to major? What was your major in college, sir?
I majored in therapeutic recreation.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to Southern University.
So, what was your reason for the, recreation? What was your?
My dad was a physical education teacher.
Okay.
And I remember when I went to Southern, I was looking at sports medicine. And well, actually, I was looking at physical therapy.
Okay.
And they dropped the program at that time. They have it back now, but they dropped the program. And what happened, I got into the closest thing to it, which was recreational therapy.
Okay, therapy.
Yeah.
It's something that's always needed.
Right.
People have
Disabilities.
Yeah,
that was
recovering.
my line of focus was physical disabilities.
Okay. And that's one hat, maybe two hats that you wore.
Right. Yeah. That was
So tell me, before we dive into the food industry,
okay.
what other hat that you wear as well?
Well, after I did my therapy thing, I became an actor.
Right, acting.
I was an actor in fact, I was part of the Screen Actors Guild for, I would say, 13 years.
Okay.
And I left Baltimore in 2001 and moved to LA.
Okay, you were.
Yeah, because I was working this whole region. I was working from DC, well, actually Virginia through New York.
So as you look over your career, looking back, how many, would I say, plays or movies have you had the opportunity to be in over the years?
I can't even count them. Let me see. That you could actually see me in. I'm just not talking about like a featured extra.
Right.
Probably, I remember I did a lot of West Wings. When The Corner was here, I was in The Corner.
Okay.
What else was Homicide: Life on the Streets? That's where I started here in Baltimore.
Okay.
Because I started down in the Arena Players, actually, on a dare. So,
Now,
okay.
I want to interject.
Okay.
I had my first opportunity. Been here since '93.
Okay.
Had my first opportunity of hosting actually a play at Arena Players.
Yes.
Back in May.
Okay.
No, was it June? So that was my first opportunity actually being there.
Yes.
It's different.
Yeah, I was down there with Donald Owens. I don't know if you...
I know Donald Owens.
Right.
Yes, I do.
Now we talking about this is back in the 90s.
Well, he's still living.
He's still there, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's what I heard when I came back to this. Came back to the States. I found out that Donald Owens, was still down there because I talked to a couple of gentlemen who were like program directors down there, something like that. And yeah, he's still there.
So they're actually renovating.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So hopefully to do some things. This is the first time I ever been in there, but oh man, you got to know your stuff because it's right there.
Yes.
It's like from here to here.
That's the one thing about live acting, on stage acting, because once you break that fourth wall, everybody's right there. A lot of times you're not supposed to break the fourth wall because you're in the play, but a lot of times like you do comedy or something like that, and you want to get the audience involved, and you break that fourth wall. So,
as you look at the many hats that you wore, what would you say that between theater, plays, or actually TV, what would you say is the hardest?
Oh, definitely theater.
Of course, yes.
Theater is the toughest because there's no room for error.
There you go, none.
First take is the only take.
And it's got to be real and believable.
Right. Right. You got to know what you're doing.
Yeah. That's why it requires so many rehearsals.
Yeah, you have to practice and practice. And practice. And you're over and over again. A lot of people think that, acting is an easy thing. I've met a lot of people, oh, y'all not doing that. That ain't no hard work. I said, try it.
It's definitely a lot of work.
Definitely a lot of work. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I tell people, if you can do stage, if you can play, if you act on a stage play,
everything else is pretty simple because you get 100 takes. Take back to one. You know what I mean? They'll do that over and over again.
And the editing makes it so much easier too.
Right. You don't have to really know your lines.
No, you don't.
Because they'll give you 100 chances to get it right. Unless you're that bad, then they say you got to go.
Well, you got to go. You're right about that. So we're gonna jump into this. I'm looking at all of these different sauces here.
Yes, sir.
What made you actually decide to get into, I guess, would it be culinary arts, catering industry? Before we talk about the different ingredients that you made,
right,
the food industry.
Wow. Okay, so it's another long story. When I was in LA, when they know you're an actor in LA, a lot of times if you're working for somebody and they find out you're an actor, they try to get rid of you because they know that when an audition comes up, you out of here.
Oh wow!
So what I did was I eventually moved to Guam because I had a friend of mine. We went in partnership. We had a couple of food trucks, and we opened a restaurant on Guam.
Okay.
So I in my mind, I said, when I get there and I got the money rolling, I won't have to worry about somebody saying, well, I don't want to hire you because we know you're an actor and we know you're going to take off.
Right.
So we went over there and started a business.
Okay. You started a restaurant business.
Yeah.
So, man, you did a little bit of everything. You're thinking about, so to my audience that are watching, what was it like, to actually talking about the food industry?
Yes.
To actually open up a restaurant.
Well, you definitely you got to want it. It's just something you can say, I'm going to open up and I'm going to do this because you got the health department you got to go through. You got the fire department you got to go through, especially if you're cooking food, Then we had trucks. So you got to make sure the trucks are running. I mean, it's a whole lot of entail. So you really got to want to do this. If you don't want to do it, I wouldn't say don't get into it. If you don't have a passion to really want to be your own boss, because that's not easy. When you're working for other people, the man who runs everything, he has all the pressure. You're just getting paid for your services.
Right.
But when you're the boss or the entrepreneur himself, all that falls on you.
Say it one more time.
When you are the boss or the head entrepreneur who are in charge of everything falls on you. The light bill falls on you. The water bill falls on you. All your certifications fall on you. Everything is on you. So when you hiring people, like if somebody wants to come work for me, like to say a chef or something, all he has to do is cook. I got to make sure he has his ingredients. I got to make sure everything he needs, I can cater to. And that's what it's like when you running your own.
So
Not for the weak.
How long were you in the restaurant business?
Our restaurant over in Guam was called Yardies. It ran for about 3 years.
Amen.
And then, because I was over in Guam for 10.
Okay.
So then after that, I started working in ophthalmology. I had a friend of mine who was he's a eye surgeon.
Okay.
And so what I did was I worked in his OR, and I worked on cataracts and that sort of thing.
Here's a guy, he didn't wear many hats.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So a little bit more about the restaurant
Okay.
business. As you talk about the certification.
Yes.
Making sure that things are up to par. Code, health
Codes.
department, making sure there's no cross-contamination.
Right.
The whole 9 yards.
Yes, sir.
People don't understand it's really requires a lot.
Requires a lot, and you always have people coming and checking on you. You could have the health department coming any day at any time of the day. They would come to the truck because on Guam they wanted you to make sure you had an A certification. I don't see that a lot around Baltimore, like A. You can have the A sitting in the window.
What is the A certification?
A certification is like everything is, when they see you have an A on your window, you'll get more customers because A is like the top. They got A, B, C. After anything at the C, people stop coming to you. Anything under C, they're gonna shut you down.
Right. Just making sure that you got the state guidelines.
Yes.
And things are up to par.
Yes.
And making sure that all your procedures.
Yes.
All things in line. So, as far as health and for that is concerned.
Right. And they follow. Guam follows California coding.
Okay.
So so if it works in California, it'll work in Guam.
Come on now. So, Mr. Kirk, we're gonna jump over here into the different sauces that you see here that my audience are watching.
All right.
These are sauces that you made, you came up with, you invented.
Yes, I did.
Before, what inspired you to create your own sauce?
Well, when I was living in Guam, I used to grow peppers. I grew, the local peppers, and I used to, send them home to my mom and dad. Don't nobody tell nobody about that though. But I would send them home to my dad, and so when I came back in 2020, it was in the middle of the pandemic. I came back to stay with my parents, and I needed something to do because I was going to work for. I had a friend of mine who had a limousine service.
Okay.
I was going to, drive for him and, take care of some things, but the pandemic shut him down.
Okay, shut a lot of people down.
Right. So what I had to do was I said, okay, I got these seeds that I brought back. I brought through, I brought home. And so what I did was I went online and looked for shared garden spaces because I started growing peppers on my parents' porch. And I said, well, let me, it was a certain sauce when I was living in Guam that I liked. It was called Fenna Denny.
Fenna Denny?
Yeah, that's a Chamorro word.
Wow.
Those are Chamorro people over there. They even have their own time zones, Chamorro time zone.
Chamorro, man.
Yeah, Chamorros. Yeah.
Got me lost there, bro.
Yeah, it's a certain, let me tell you a story. When I was in California, and when I first heard about Chamorro people, I thought it was like something dealing with Mexico. I thought it was like some different type of Mexican folks until I found out the Chamorro people actually come from the South Pacific.
Okay. That's new to me.
So when I came back, I found a site that had shared garden spaces. And I was asking, well, can I grow, on your, and I had one person answer. And so she said, well, I have a garden. So I went out there. Her whole front yard is a garden.
Wow.
Only thing she grew on it was like trees. Like she had like a peach tree there. She has like cranberry trees, fig trees. And all the ground space was nothing there because there was nothing growing. So she said, well, if you can maintain the ground space, because she wasn't going to charge me. I said, how much you going to charge me? She said, just maintain it.
Wow.
So I got this, and it's about a 40 by 80 lot.
40 by 80.
So I can put down like 300 plants.
Wow.
To grow peppers. And so I started growing peppers, and then what I did was, once I started growing the peppers, I had sample bottles that I was giving away to my friends, and they really liked it. So, and then I had another friend of mine who grows peppers, and he gave me a couple more. He had ghost peppers, and he had lunchbox peppers, and I had all the peppers from across seas.
Okay. Okay.
So what I did was when I put this together through my travels in the Caribbean when I was a younger man, I took that and blended it with the South Pacific, and so I have a. That's why my sauce is called Afro Denny.
Afro Denny.
Yes, Afro Denny.
So you here's a gentleman who, from growing
Yes,
your own peppers
Yes.
from the ground, came up to grow your own sauces.
yes, yes.
And these sauces are utilized to put on, I guess, chicken, steak, whatever,
Well, the mild sweet, I like that on salads.
on salads.
I like it on salads. I know a lot of people say, "Well, I like it on my fish," but you know me, I like it on salads. I eat a lot of vegetation.
So show me your mild sweet there.
This is
sir.
the mild sweet right here. This is mild
Okay.
sweet. Yes, sir.
mild sweet.
That's made with lunchbox peppers.
Okay.
They're not hot at all.
So let me ask you, are these can you buy these in grocery stores? Are they not in grocery stores yet?
Well, I have one store down on Pleasant Street, OK Natural Foods. I'm down there, and also I'm out grinding wine
Okay.
out in Randallstown, and then I also Maria's Island Cafe. I have some out Maria's Island
Grinding
Cafe.
wine, I'm familiar with that. I was down there.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I vend the grinding wine twice a week
Okay.
on Wednesday nights and Friday nights,
No wonder
karaoke night.
it buys Zenobia, Queen Zenobia.
Yes,
Yeah,
Queen Z.
yeah, Queen Z. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So and your sauces are there.
Yes, I'm located right at the front door. Actually, when you come in, you got to see me when you come and see me when you go.
Okay. So to my viewers that are watching, how can, first of all, before we get into ordering,
Okay.
I would like to sample one here.
Okay,
We get into that. Oops.
we can definitely do that, sir.
Yeah. I don't want nothing too hot, sir.
I will give you the mild because I know that you do. Anyway, the way I've designed this now, because I want my customers to come back. It's hot. It's the mild. The spicy friend now is not killer hot. It sneaks up on you, but
I don't need no sneaking.
Okay, but no. Listen to me now. Like I said, I want my customers to come back.
Yeah. So I need something mild.
Well, this is mild. Let me start you off with the mild.
So
Because it's always good to start off with the mild first.
Mr. Kirk himself, Mr. Kirk Holly,
Yes, sir.
invented the sauces that you see here displayed.
This is the mild sweet.
And I'm going to sample one. Gonna give it a try, y'all.
Here's a napkin, sir. I want you to make sure you're good here. I don't want to. I like what you're wearing there, sir. I don't want to drip on you.
Okay.
And that's the mild sweet.
Got a little tang to it, but it's
A little
good.
tang, a little tang. Now, are you ready to step up to the next level?
No, I'm not. To my viewers that are watching, that was called what?
Mild sweet.
Mild sweet.
Yes.
Now, how can they get in touch with you? What's the price of the different sauces for those that want to order from you? I want to go online and try and get these sauces that you have here.
Okay, my website is, you can go AfroDenny, that's AfroDene.com, AfroDenny.com, or to my company's We Are Many People. You can do WeAreManyPeople.com,
Okay.
or you can do AfroDenny.net. Either one of those will get you to the site.
Here we go again. Positive people doing positive things to make a positive difference.
Yes, sir.
Let's support my brother here.
I appreciate you.
Let's support his business. Here we have the different sauces here. I'm gonna step up to the next level. I don't want to get too high.
My man. I love it. I love it. I love it.
And that first one was called
Mild sweet.
Mild Sweet. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And what's this next one?
This was a spicy friend.
Oh man, I don't need nothing sneaking.
No. Trust me, you will not be disappointed.
Friend.
Spicy
Now,
friend.
normally these is used for what? On.
I like them on. Like I said, I do a lot of veggies, but they also good on meat. You can use them as a marinade.
Okay.
You can use them on your salmon. I put them. You can put them in spaghetti. Like you can put them in stews.
I ain't going no higher, bro. but it's
It
It's
doesn't
good.
matter. It'll hit
It's
and then
good.
it's gonna go away. It's gonna go away.
it's good. It's got a kick to it
I
though,
took
but it's good.
right. I took a lot of thought in this design. I wanted to
Okay.
make sure that So that's spicy friend. The other one is extra hot spicy.
This is called what now?
That's the spicy friend.
Spicy friend.
It's your friend. It's not gonna knock you down.
To my viewers that are watching on the David Robinson Show here, Mr. Kirk Holly. Yeah, boy, he's sneaking up on me. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the other one, the last one, is called extra hot spicy.
No, we're not gonna try that.
Okay.
I'm gonna be wise on that one.
So my street sales on the street, when you see me vending, $8 a bottle,
$8. Okay.
and I also have a bundle set where you can get all three. That's for $25.
To my viewers that are watching, once again, Mr. Kirk Holly invented these different sauces that you see here. And let's support him. Those do like to marinate, like to cook out, salads, different
Barbecue.
barbecue, you name it. Here we have it. $25 for the bundle there.
You get all three.
All three.
Online, if you go online, each bottle is $9.99, and the bundle set is $27 online.
That's good. So, what was that website again?
Okay, Afrodeni, AFRODENE.com.
Wow.
Afrodeni.com or AFRODENE.net. Or We Are Many People, which is the name of the company, wearemanypeople.com.
So, what is your specialty? What is the number one, would you say?
The one I sell the most?
Yeah.
It's in between the mild, sweet, and the spicy friend.
Okay, I like that mild.
And the thing is, the younger people, the folks that are younger than, they like the extra hot spicy. They always go, well, how hot can you make it? How hot can you get it? But usually my big seller is the mild sweet.
Okay.
People love that mild sweet.
Now, are any of these good for steaks?
Yes, I would suggest the spicy friend for your steaks.
Okay, spicy
You know,
friend.
if you want to, and as a marinade, or just put it on like a steak sauce.
Okay.
And the good thing about this is it's all organic. Everything is out the garden.
Did you hear that one? Say that one more time, sir.
Everything's organic. No extra sugars and additives.
Organic. You cannot beat that.
Right. And
Organic.
folks that like the keto diet,
hmm
this is the perfect condiment.
Those that are very cautious about your health,
Yes.
watching certain are your ingredients.
Right.
It's something that's very organic, grown freshly from the garden,
Yes.
freshly made,
Yes.
and made by Kirk Holly himself.
Right.
And
With these hands.
man, I got to give you your kudos, man.
I appreciate you, man.
really
I appreciate
that because, so often we think about things that we want to do,
Mm-hmm.
but being creative
Yes.
is something that you took the next step
Right.
to make it happen. And what would you say to my viewers that are watching? For those who have ideas, don't know where to start or want to start, what would you say would be their drive or the passion to really take them to the next level?
Well, first of all, if it's something that you think about, a dream, it's just a dream until you take that first step.
Mm-hmm.
So, and in order to chase your dreams, you got to take the first step. So, and don't be afraid to fail. That's a big thing. People say, I don't want to get started because I don't want to fail. Okay, that's just a learning process. You're not really failing. It's just something that you took the step and you just have to tweak it. I mean, listen to people. If they tell you, they say, well, hey, I don't like, I've had people come to me and say, well, I can do that. Okay, well then do it.
Right.
If you can do it, do it.
Right.
I would tell anybody, if you want to start something, map it out. Just say, well, hey, this is what I have to do. You take the first step. Once you take the first step, everything kind of falls in place.
And I get the initial step. The word say, if you have a vision, write the vision down.
Write the vision down.
And
Yes.
make it plain.
Right.
I encourage people, when you have those thoughts, write it down.
Write it down.
And put it before you so you can constantly see it.
Right.
Make it believable.
Yeah, because also if you think about it, I mean, from seed to fruit, that's about 100 days.
Wow.
So it's not like, you know, I'm gonna get it automatically.
Mhm.
I gotta grow the pepper. I have to go through 90 to 100 days until it gets to fruit.
Mhm.
Then I gotta pick it. Then I gotta put it in the bottle.
So we're gonna go through the process.
Okay.
You know, and you got different ones there.
Right.
What is the time, you know, from like you said you was to make, did it take for you to come up with the sauces from the time it plant the seed to it growing and to the process of finished
In the
product?
bottles. Okay. Let me see. About 90 days from seed to fruit. Then, you know, once you go through ordering the bottles, and then I had to get a web designer to help me with my labels.
Mm.
You know, that's another, you know, I try to do it as the seeds were growing, as the plants were growing. And that took another 2 or 3 months because we had to go back and forth about the design and what the symbols mean on the bottle.
Right.
So you're talking about another 2 to 3 months behind that, going back and forth. Then I had to get, I got trademarked. That trade, I'm patent and trademark, so can't nobody use Afro Denny.
Okay, come on now.
And that took, you know, that lawyers. I had to go through lawyers to get that done. So you talking about to get it to where I'm nationally certified. Actually, yeah, I'm nationally certified. So can't nobody use Afro Denny nowhere. If they do, my lawyers come and get you.
Gotcha.
So now you're talking about that took another year.
Okay.
Actually, to go through that process, because you know you got to go through the patent board, the U.S. Patent Board of the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's so to get it to where it is now, and I still have a ways to go. I'm still learning, and I'm still have to get to another level, so I can get it like let's say if I want to get into like
Giants,
Walmart. That's a whole nother level.
It's a whole different level.
Right. So what you have to do now, they have to take your sauce and then they take it to a refinery up in Pennsylvania, and what they do, this is what I was told. Now, I'm still researching that to make sure, and they take your sauce and you have to get the nutritional facts and everything to make sure that it's not, you know, it can last. Mm-hmm. But what I did learn when I made this, you have to have this like vinegar. With vinegar, lemon juice, and lime juice are preservatives. So if you're making a sauce, if you want to go this way, if you're making a sauce, you make sure you have those and that'll preserve. That way you can keep a sauce for over a year.
Right.
You know, you gotta have the right preservatives.
Do you have like a expiration date on your sauces?
My expiration date on the sauces, I can probably see. I just made this batch, so this batch will be good till this time next year.
So, because when you start talking about putting them in the supermarkets and different things, I work there, so I know. So people, they look at the expiration date.
Yeah, they look at the expiration date. Right.
So, and then they look at the ingredients of what it has on there.
Right. They know how much salt is in it.
So do you have all those things on the labels?
What I have on the labels now, I have all the ingredients.
So,
I have all the ingredients on there. I don't have what I'm working on now, I don't have the nutritional facts.
Okay. So that's what you're working on.
Yes.
But, you know, this is really major. You know, when you think about starting your own sauce.
Right.
Mild, sweet. And just imagine, you know, brother, when I look back and next time I see you, you're going to be a multi-millionaire, man.
Well,
just imagine.
You know, that actually, that is not even my goal.
I know that's not your goal, but just saying that, imagine that you're having your sauces in all the retail stores across the United States, and just imagine
right now,
if one bottle
bought
$8.99, if you had 10,000, 20 across the numbers, you know.
Actually, right now I'm just at the LLC, but what I want to do, I want a C corp. I want S corp, then I want to go to C corp because since I live so many different places, and I have customers basically all over. I have customers in Thailand. I have customers in the Philippines. I have customers in Guam.
So you was in the military?
No, I was just a traveling businessman.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You know, I was an actor trying to find a way to make some money so I could keep auditioning.
But God gave you a gold mine.
Right.
Come on now.
So you know, it's been a process, and like anything else you do, it's a process. You gotta go. You just can't start at the top. You
Yeah.
gotta take steps. It's levels to this.
So where you at now? I'm just really excited because
Right.
the sauces are good,
Right.
and I guess your next level is actually being able to put them in, you know.
Put them in the stores. I have another sauce that I've developed. It's called spicy sweet, because I have a lot of people who say, "Well, you got anything that's spicy and sweet?" So I'm working on those labels now.
Okay.
So that'll be the next one that comes out. Other than that, I'm just working on. I want to get certified to where as I can have them in Giants and Whole Foods. I'm not really particular about Giants. I mean, if it goes, but I like Whole Foods.
Yeah, it's more organic.
Yes.
There you
Right.
go. You know. So how many flavors flavors? Are there 3 flavors now?
Three
You have
flavors now.
3
Yes.
flavors.
Yes.
And you're working on a 4th flavor.
I'm working on the 4th flavor.
And let's get to my audience that are watching. For those that are into health, or those that want to try a different sauce, please support guest here, Mr. Kirk
Yes.
Holland, who's making some things happen here and across the globe.
Right.
I would say across the United States at this point. So, once again, what's that website I didn't get in contact
Okay.
with you?
Afro Denny, AFRO, Afro DENE Denny.com, or Afro AFRODENE.net, or the company name We Are Many People.com.
WeAreManyPeople.com.
Yes.
And you have actually a bundle that you can get for $27.19.
Online, yes,
Online.
yes. But if you happen to come out to where I am at Grind and Wine, I'll be there tomorrow night in between 6 and 10, and I'll also be there in between on Friday in between 7 and 11.
Okay, for those that are here in Baltimore, he himself, he's making some things happen here in Baltimore with the different sauces.
Yes.
I'm really impressed. Now I've had some food, had the opportunity last Wednesday, I believe I was invited out through Queen Z. Do they use some of the sauces there themselves?
Yes, they do have it. They do have it on. They usually have it on the bar.
Oh, okay.
They have it on the bar for the finger food.
All right. And what was you said number 1 is the Sweet Mild?
The Mild Sweet is my number one seller. My number one seller. I always have to go down to the lab and put that back together. And then comes the Spicy Friend.
Okay.
And then after the Spicy Friend is the Extra Hot Spicy.
So, why did you name it Spicy Friend?
Because spicy, it's your friend. It's spicy and it's your friend. It's not gonna like turn you off. It'll always be your friend. Whenever you want a new taste or something different, it's your friend. It's not gonna burn you up. None of them burn you up. But
Okay.
the Spicy Friend is more tolerable, I'll say.
So I'm curious.
Yes, sir.
When I think about peppers, peppers are usually hot.
Yes.
So how were you able to lessen the spice itself with the different flavors?
Well, the ingredients inside. Well, each pepper has a different level to it. Now, like the extra hot spicy, I use ghost peppers. Ghost peppers, the name is Scotch bonnet. But ghost peppers is like a name that everybody knows. But it's Scotch bonnet pepper, and Scotch bonnet peppers. If you go up to the scale, it's like I don't know, 20,000 units. That's up there by it's like third from, you got Trinidad Scorpions. Then you have the real hot one, which they make the chips out of, is the Carolina Reaper. That is like the hottest. And then you got Trinidad Scorpion that comes down. Then you got Ghost Pepper. And then you got Habaneros. I mean, it comes down the line. The Booney peppers from Guam.
Man, you done lost me already
Oh.
with the different names.
Say
that last one you just said.
Booney.
Booney.
Yeah,
Come
Guam.
on.
I got Booney peppers. I have bird's eye peppers, and I have Donny peppers. Those are from Guam.
Now,
They're down the level a little bit. And so for the mild sweet, I use lunchbox peppers, and they call them lunchbox because they say construction workers put them in their lunchbox and they eat them for their lunch.
Okay.
That's why they call lunchbox. Those are just sweet. They're sweet. There's no spice to them at all.
They just a sweet pepper.
It's just a sweet pepper.
Okay, okay. Man, I didn't know the different names.
Oh, they got.
I'm just getting educated on the different names.
They got at least 1,000. No, I'm not gonna say that, but they have a different varieties of peppers. I mean, you got different names for peppers. Mm-hmm. If you go up the level, you look on the level, you can count at least 30 different peppers, and each of those peppers have a different. Like you have let's say for habaneros, you have a chocolate habanero.
Stop.
You have a green habanero.
Stop right there. Chocolate.
Yeah.
Now, when I think about chocolate, is it actually chocolate or just the name?
It's brown.
Brown.
So they call it chocolate habanero. They say it has a little chocolate in it.
Okay.
But you have the orange habaneros, you have green habaneros. I mean, they have different colors. Trinidad scorpions, you got different, varieties of that.
And these are actually peppers.
These are peppers that you grow. If you ever go online looking up peppers, you'll see different color peppers. You'll see orange ones. You'll see purple peppers. You'll see green peppers. Every pepper they have a name for has the different variety.
And as I look at this, mm-hmm. I think about the process of what you had to go through and the time that you had to put in it.
Yes, sir.
And I think about all the different names that you just came across.
Right.
That I know. I mean, I enjoy cooking, don't get me wrong.
Yes.
And I know about it, but the different names.
Yeah, well, let me tell you. I mean, anything that you get into, mm-hmm. It didn't just have to be peppers. I mean, any endeavor that you want to challenge mm-hmm. and get into it, there's always different varieties of what you're trying to do.
True.
So, I mean, you'll see one way, if you see a straight line, mm-hmm. that straight line has a lot of different variations.
Right. So,
like I tell people, anything you want to get into, just really do your research, because mm-hmm. you don't want to reinvent the wheel.
I heard that so often. Don't want to reinvent the wheel. Right.
So if everybody is going in a straight line, and you can follow that path, but mm-hmm. it's also, if you want to be unique, then you have to kind of veer off. But that's mm-hmm. where the research comes in.
Right.
So with peppers, I mean, it's like there's so many different peppers out there. Mm-hmm. So try them out. Just mm-hmm. Research and it's called the Scottsville pepper level. Scottsville. I think that's how you pronounce Scottsville level, and it mm-hmm. tells the different from jalapenos, from mild and it goes all the way up to like 40,000 units, I believe.
Wow. Here you are at this stage of your game, and as you look back over your career, did you ever think that you would be having your own sauce?
No, I never even thought about having my own sauce mm-hmm. until I started traveling. And I tell people all the time, a young guy asked me the other day, he said, what advice would you give me? Because it's the security guy at the bank that mm-hmm. I bank with. Mm-hmm. And I said, for a young man, mm-hmm. Get your passport. Mm-hmm. I said, he said, well, I can't go real far. I said, well, you don't have to go far. Start off small. Mm-hmm. I said, go to D.C., hang out. Go to Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. Go to Annapolis. Mm-hmm. Hang out, and then work your way out. Mm-hmm. He said, trust me, you will definitely find new experiences that you never even thought about.
I know you probably haven't thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
What it's going to be like to be able to go into a supermarket or some of your Whole Foods to see your product on the shelf?
It's crazy. Like I said, down at OK Natural Foods down on Pleasant Street, mm-hmm. I go in there, and the first thing I look for is how many sales they make. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's in the store. I take pictures, I put online, I make these little commercials, social media, mm-hmm. which is cool. But then my thing is, I know it's in the store. I know people seeing it. Are they buying it? That's mm-hmm. what excites me.
Right. So, next question, are they buying it? You see them buying it
slowly, because a lot of times people don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. And usually they put them in the, with all the hot sauce. You got Tabasco next to it, mm-hmm. and you got, what's the other hot sauces they have? Yeah, I don't know. Louisiana hot sauce is beside it. You see those next to it. People are used to buying those. Mm-hmm. They see mine, they like, a lot of times people don't want to get outside the comfort zone.
So, we're going to say it again. What place they have, what market are they in?
OK Natural Foods.
OK Natural Foods, to my viewers that are watching.
That's down on Pleasant Street. Yeah, Pleasant and Charles, around that area, around by the University of Maryland, University of Baltimore.
Okay.
By the Meyerhoff.
And what makes this unique is it's organic.
Yes, organic. Like I said, everything comes out the garden, and I have no additives. It's all fresh ingredients.
Come on now.
Fresh garlic, fresh ginger, red onion, green onion. Then you have a little soy, but I have vinegar, lemon juice, lime juice. It's all organic.
I like that. I like that. To my viewers that are watching, let's support.
Plus the peppers.
Plus the peppers themselves.
That's what gives it a kick.
Oh man, I had the opportunity itself. It is some good sauce. It definitely is.
Your mouth's not burning.
No.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's not burning. Usually you get that kick.
I want to keep you coming back.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit on people's shelves for 10 months. You know how you go into your shelf and you're like, I think I'll probably pass that one. I'm not gonna. No, I want you.
So which one would you say for ribs?
For ribs, well, if you the Spicy Friend.
Spicy Friend, okay.
And also, because I had some salmon the other day, and I used a little bit of Spicy Friend. I mixed the Spicy Friend and the mild sweet with the salmon.
Okay.
Because the salmon, the mild sweet has a little honey in it. Has a little raw honey.
Okay.
So sometimes people like a little sweet in the salmon.
And the one that you are normally good for salads?
Yes, the mild sweet. I love that.
Okay. So mild sweet.
Like a vinaigrette.
Okay. You can utilize that for a lot of different things.
Yes.
And so the Spicy Friend is mainly used for what?
Spicy Friend, you can use that in stews. You can use that on meats. Put on your sandwich. If you like, some people like subs, you want to put a little heat on it.
Okay, I can see that. Okay.
Stews, extra hot spicy. If you make a big pot of beans, you beef stew, chili.
Chili. Okay.
Put some of that on it.
Okay.
Or you can cook with it, or you can put it once you put your bowl, you put it in.
So what about like over chicken wings, like like finger food? Would you say?
Finger food, you can use them all.
Okay.
It all depends on where you want to go.
I heard that. So, what do you see yourself with your business?
Right.
This is what you're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see yourself in the next 3 to 4 years?
Next 3 to 4 years, I want to be international.
International.
I want more of my customers across seas to buy. I want them to buy in bulk.
Okay.
Because sometimes the exchange rate is a different, like if I'm selling to the Philippines, where the exchange rate is like 53 to 1. That's 53 pesos to $1. So you're looking at the exchange when you're coming out the airport, you exchange $300. That's like 12,000 pesos. So you want them to buy in bulk because it's not beneficial to buy it, one bottle at a time.
Right.
So, I had, like in Guam, since Guam is under the U.S., it's a U.S. territory, they're the same price they pay here, you pay in Guam.
Now, where's Guam at? You just said that what exactly is Guam at? Where's it located?
Guam is out in the middle. A lot of people know where Hawaii is. Right? If you leave from L.A., it's like 6 hours to Hawaii, Honolulu. Okay, you got to fly another 9 hours to get to Guam. Keep going west. So Guam is like 4 hours east of the Philippines, 4 hours south of Japan, and 4 hours north of Indonesia.
That's kind of out there nowhere.
It's out in the middle of the ocean, yeah.
Wow. Well, what's the population like out there?
Well, it's a lot of military. They got military bases out there.
Okay.
You have an Air Force base out there. You have a Navy base out there. Now they just flew in the Marines. Wow. A lot of wars were fought out there during World War II. You can see the remnants of the wars. You can go out hiking. I used to like to hike and do that sort of thing. You can go out in the field and see like old tanks out there with bullet holes in them.
So it's basically like a city, a small little city. Or is it based on really not much population, is it?
Yeah, I think it's like 150,000 people on the whole island. And that's including the military.
Okay.
So Guam is the largest island in that region. It's 39 miles long and 9 miles wide.
Bigger than Hawaii?
No.
Okay.
It's very small. You could fit Guam in Baltimore.
Okay.
The whole island.
Wow. Well, and you've been there yourself.
I lived there for 10 years.
Wow. So what was it like to be surrounded by water all the way around?
Well, I mean, you get used to it. I mean, like, let's take for folks in Baltimore. If you're downtown Baltimore, you don't see water. or you could be in Baltimore, like in East Baltimore, or up on York Road. You don't see water.
No.
You have to kind of walk to get to the water. Or,
Right.
you know, I used to like to ride. I was a bike rider. I did a lot of biking.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that the island's around. I mean, when a typhoon come through, you know, you got typhoons that come through there with a wind index either like 200 miles an hour. But you know, they got typhoons, monsoons. You know, that's this constant rain where it rains. But the temperature is pretty moderate. You know, it stays in the 80s. You know, the coldest day there, and this the coldest time it gets there, and that's like in the middle of the night, like 3 o'clock in the morning, it might be 79 degrees.
What?
That is the coldest it's gonna get.
So what was that like?
All
that
year
transition,
round?
yeah.
To come back to Baltimore?
Yeah.
It was a killer, man. And,
Yeah, because you're talking about 10 years of not having to worry about put on a coat, not worry about seeing snow.
Right.
None of that.
None of that.
But the heat, I guess that was a transition too to get used to that.
Well, I think I went through a natural transition because I lived in LA for 10 years before that. So, you know, LA, there's no snow in LA.
No.
You know, unless you go out into the valley with up, you know, like in Lancaster, somewhere like that, where it gets kind of cold in the desert. But when you're in LA across that hill, it's pretty moderate.
Wow.
But I had to get used to because it's very humid in Guam. In LA, there's no humidity at all.
You know, I've never really heard of Guam to you. You're the first person I ever heard of.
Guam
heard
is
of
there.
a lot of islands, different things, but
right.
Guam.
Yeah, it's out in the middle of the Pacific. They have a lot of islands out there like Chuuk and Palau and Rota and Saipan and all these are all islands out where they fought the wars during World War II. Wow. A lot of battles out there, a lot of bodies. A lot of ships. You can see the ships. They still sitting out there.
They still sitting out there?
Yeah.
Wow.
They have a place. They have the trench, the deepest part of the ocean in the world. Guam sits right out there. I can't remember the trench. Anyway, it's the deepest part of the deepest ocean in the world, in the Pacific Ocean.
And they had a lot of wars out there.
A lot of wars, a lot of battles are fought out there. Japanese had all of that during World War II. Yeah, they took over all that. That's why the U.S. went out there to get those islands back. The Spanish-American War, I'm going to give you, because I used to love history. Spanish-American War, you had, you know, during the war, the U.S. acquired Florida, they acquired Cuba, they acquired Puerto Rico, they acquired Guam, and they acquired the Philippines. Wow. During the Spanish-American War. That was in 1898.
1898. Okay.
That's the Spanish-American War. Yeah. So, you know, to make a long story short, we acquired that. We've had the U.S. have had Guam over 100 some years.
And Philippines is one of those countries that you can go to as long as you got a passport now.
Yeah.
Like Hawaii and then those places. So
well,
what was it like in Philippines? You been to Philippines?
Been to Philippines, yeah. Philippines, Thailand. You know, I went to Beijing. I mean, it's just a different. It's a different experience. You know, I mean, the good thing about the Philippines is their second language is English.
Right.
You know, they speak Tagalog, and there's another language out there, but you don't get in too much trouble because you know the language. Now, when you go to Thailand and Beijing, those places,
you get in trouble.
Well, the language. You have to pick it up quick. And the money, you got to pick it up quick. Your currency, because if you don't, you know, like any place else, if you don't know your currency, somebody will tell you it costs, you know, $200 when it's really $15.
Wow.
And if you don't know your money,
they're going to get you.
They'll get you. So you have to learn real quick. As soon as you get off the plane, it's good to do your research.
Goodness. Do your research.
Right.
Once again.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kirk Hall, I want you to say to my viewers how they can get in touch with you.
All right. Here it is. My company is We Are Many People. Okay. And that name came up because it took a lot of people to get me to where I am at this stage in my life.
I like that.
So it wasn't just me doing this. I had a lot of influence and a lot of different people who gave me influence and gave me ideas to get to the point where I'm at now. I just, I didn't just start.
I like the fact that you are reaching back
Yes.
to give back.
Yes.
Because there was people who helped you along the way.
There's people helped me along the way. I mean, I started growing plants when I was a kid. My mom and my grandmom had plants around the house, so I started growing plants and playing in dirt as a child. And my website again is Afro Denny Dipping Sauces. That's the name of my web. That's the name of the sauce. Afro Denny Dipping Sauces. You can reach me at Afro Denny. That's AFRODENE.com or Afro Denny AFRODENE.net or wearemanypeople.com. And I would. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I said I'd appreciate just go online, just to look online to see what my website looks like. And if you want to leave a review of my website, of something you like or something you don't like, please let me know, because that way I can tweak it.
Mr. Kirk Holly himself, the man.
I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
That created the different sauces that you see here. I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited for you. Man, it was a pleasure meeting you at Queen Zeke's birthday party. And here we are now on the show.
Right.
And, God has really blessed you with all these different inventions.
I appreciate you having
things
me.
happen. So,
very blessed.
One last word to that person or persons that's watching that have no idea or clue to how to get started to get to a finished product.
Well, I would just say, don't be afraid to take that first step, and don't look at failure as being a loss. Look at failure as being a learning process. You don't fail in anything; you just learn more. You learn how to not to fail. You just learn. It's a learning thing, and that's
I like that. See, the word says that a just man falls 7 times.
Yes.
What makes him just is he gets back up.
Right.
Fall again, he gets back up. As you talk about success and failure.
Yes.
It's not a failure. You just keep trying. You keep going.
Yes.
Until you get to this point.
Absolutely.
To this level.
Right.
So I'm so excited. Thank you once again for my viewers that are watching. Thank you for watching the David Robinson Show. Real talk, real people, real conversations. Till next time, peace out and God bless. Thank you, sir.
You're watching the David Robinson Show
on the Coyote Man Show Network.
Real talk, real people, real conversation.